Hey everyone, this is Fiona, and in this video, I just want to do a short video on heartline problems. And ideally, I'd like to be able to kind of go live and just kind of look at a handprint, just like a handprint that someone might want to share. But I believe I have to have 1,000 subscribers before I can do that. So until I get to that point, I am going to share with you. All right, so we're going to talk about the Frozen Gina Heartline today, because this is actually something that I'm seeing quite often in a lot of readings that I'm doing. So let's see if I can mark up this. So the Gina Heartline is the heartline that goes like this. Actually, let me change that. Make it yellow. Let's make it a little thicker. So the Gina Heartline, right, starts under the Mercury finger and goes up here. And then here, you'll notice there's a diamond shape right here, right where the end of the heartline is heading right towards the Saturn finger. And so anytime there's a diamond in the hand, it represents frozen energy. So, when it's on the heartline, frozen emotional energy. So we think about the Gina Heartline, and this is actually something that could be applied to any heartline, but with the Gina Heartline, because it's the most expressive heartline, it's a me first marker, meaning she's going to put herself first. She takes care of herself. This could be a guy or a girl that has this heartline, by the way. These people that have this type of heartline are very volatile. They're passionate. They have strong reactions. They know what they're feeling. When they feel emotional, the rest of the people in the room are going to kind of know what they're feeling, because they're usually very vocal about it, but also very expressive about it. And they always know what they want. And so, the Gina Heartline, it needs passion and excitement. It doesn't like to be bored. And their style is that they know what they want. And they have this, the gift of vivaciousness, which is all about animation, being, full of spirit, full of energy. So they tend to attract the Michael heartline. But so what I'm kind of seeing, this is kind of like an epidemic with heartlines, is that the Gina Heartline will have this diamond at the top of it. And so it's like the heart, that expressive part becomes frozen. So it's not expressing itself. And that can show up as someone that's holding in all their emotional energy, containing it, and they're acting nice when really they want to be like, yo, get out of the way, bitch, or something like that. So the Gina Heartline, I mean, we think of like the famous, okay, I'll compare this to like movies, like the famous Gina Heartlines are like Samantha Jones from Sex and the City, right? She is always expressive about what she wants. She's very vocal, very opinionated. I would say Mila Kunis in that '70s show, and also Black Swan, very vocal, very passionate, lot of excitement with the fire people. Joan Crawford in Mommy Dearest, she's very expressive. She tends to run a lot of anger and a lot of volatility, when she's raising her kids. And this was kind of like, I wasn't sure about this last person that I kind of thought of, but Cecilia Hodes from Weeds. She seems very expressive, but there might be some other stuff in her hands that are kind of, making her not maybe a pure, Gina fire type of heartline person. So when this is in your hands, it's in your life. A lot of people are acting the opposite of their heartlines. And with the Gina Heartline, you are meant to be out of the different versions of the heartline. This is the most passionate. This is the most vocal, the most expressive. You know what you want. And so how does this show up in a relationship? Well, if there's two Gina Heartlines in a relationship, which probably not a good idea, because usually the opposite heartline is going to work well. So the fiery heartline here is going to want a Michael-y heartline. as its partner, just because the Gina Heartline knows what they want. They are the boss of the relationship. They're the pants in the relationship. Whereas the Michael Heartline is more of a, okay, I'll do what you want to do. I'll kind of follow along what you want to do. It's more of the passive. It's an air Heartline. So, but I'm seeing this is like an epidemic I'm seeing in so many people's hands. It's like this Gina Heartline and then the diamond. Now I know on the East Coast, they're a bit more expressive, like in New York and stuff like that. They're going to tell you how it is, and they're not going to be worried about being, too nice or anything like that. So, the Gina, there's always a good and a bad news about each marker. There's not like, oh, this is a good marker and this is a bad marker. It's not like that. Hand analysis is very much, you got two sides of a coin. And so too much Gina, someone is, kind of utilizing too much of that energy, it can show up as someone who's, being selfish and uncaring and vengeful, like Mommy Dearest. So the Mommy Dearest character was very vengeful and very, much about kind of putting on this because she was famous, she was well known, and then kind of like trying to get her kids to live up to some impossible standards that she had. And also, if you think about Samantha Jones in Sex and the City, when she's very vocal about what she wants and her needs and everything like that. So I feel like she would be, the too little, when you're not inhabiting your Gina Heartline, it can show up as someone being that someone acting nice. They're not really just stating what they want or, what they need. They're kind of being kind of passive. And, Gina knows what she wants. She doesn't sugarcoat anything. So the just right version of the Gina Heartline is, she knows what she wants, but she does it with consideration. So I think Samantha Jones could kind of fit into that category, where she's very vocal about what she wants, but she also considers, what other people want for the most part. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say in this video. If you have any questions, you can post them below.